Hello, my dear ones. A brief introduction before the start of the video. This is 4.5-ish of the series brought by Vampire, by Waterway and Wordsmith. And today I have with me Raya from Really Bored here to do a collab. So please check out her channel. I will link it at the end of the video and in the video description. She is amazing. So make sure you give her channel some love. Isn't it a lovely building? I just love it when Lord Dalmore holds parties. He has such a gorgeous estate. I like our home, of course, but Dalmore is much older than I am. This was built by dwarven architects back when they were willing to deal with vampires. Unfortunately, I was born a couple centuries too late to have access to such exquisite craftsmanship. Are you nervous, my love? I can hear your heart beating so quickly. Of course, I understand. You've seen other vampires in the city before, but I've never taken you to a party before. And I'm sure that word has spread that we're in a relationship, so there will be many eyes on us. Don't worry. I'll be with you the whole time. Now, let's go inside. I'm sure you're going to love it. The music, the people, the food. They do have food for mortals, of course. It's common for vampires to bring a mortal along. You won't be the only one there, so no need to worry about that. Oh, but I suppose I should warn you. Stay close to me, my love. Overall, the vampires in this city are lovely people who are united in wanting to preserve mortal life despite our predatory nature, but there are those who occasionally drink from mortals without permission. There hasn't been a death in, well, a long time, but it would be prudent not to wander off. You'll be entirely safe with me, though. Come along now, dearest. We can't stay out here all night. Well, what do you think? I'm quite impressed. The decorations look even lovelier than usual. Oh, look at these hibiscus flowers. I must remember how to ask him how he managed to get his hands on those. Oh, there he is, Lord Dalmore. How are you? Everything looks absolutely lovely. It's actually a question about, in fact.
Hello there, mortal. I don't believe I've seen you before. Are you a recent acquisition? Oh, shh. No need to bother her. She's in the middle of a conversation after all. You're not afraid of a dainty vampire like myself, are you? I couldn't hurt a fly. Yes, I'm sure she warned you not to stray. Adriana is famous among our kind for being very possessive and equally paranoid. You have nothing to fear here. Certainly not with so many eyes watching us. Now, about my question. How long have you been living in Eventide? Ah, so you're not that new then. She's been keeping you to herself. That's a shame. You seem like a nice mortal. You should be given more opportunities to make friends. In fact, perhaps I could be your friend. Why don't we go somewhere where we can get to know each other better? I wouldn't raise a fuss if I were you. You wouldn't want to embarrass Adriana now, would you? If the other vampires here think she isn't teaching her mortals good manners, she'll probably be mortified. don't you just come along quietly and...
Bella.
So close.
My love, you're trembling. Shame on you, Bella, scaring a defenseless mortal like that.
Oh, don't think of it as scaring, Addie. Think of it as testing. Your little pet was about to walk right out of the room with me. Now, would that be their fault? Or yours?
As always, your jokes are in poor taste. Are you all right, my love? I'm sure you were scared, but there's no need to fear. Bella was only playing a little joke on us. She'd never hurt you. She's one of my oldest friends, in fact.
It's a pleasure, dear mortal. I must say, you really seem very fun to torment. And you smell even better. This isn't the one you were telling me about, is it?
Yes, it is. And I'm sure you already guessed that, hadn't you? That's why you played such a mean joke on them.
You know me so well. Mortals smell best when they're afraid. You weren't kidding about their blood. I can smell it so clearly, and they aren't even bleeding. I don't suppose.
I don't know how you can even ask me that after frightening them like that. You really think I'd let you taste them now?
Oh, don't be so stingy, Addie. If anything, I'll help them relax. Right?
Absolutely not. The answer is no, and you can't change my... My love? Are you sure? I did tell you before that I might let other vampires taste you, but there's no need to push yourself so soon. Well, if you're certain, it is your blood, after all.
Oh, how rare. Most mortals aren't so generous with their blood. Thank you. Now just hold still.
Are you feeling all right, dear? I suppose it could be because I can't see your face while I'm feeding on you, but do you always look so uncomfortable? I was under the impression you found feeding relaxing.
That's probably my fault. I tend to be a bit rougher about it than you. Don't worry. They'll be fine. Just a little more.
I think that's enough, Bella.
Fine. Oh, wow, you weren't kidding. What a treat.
Oh yes, I'm quite fortunate the one I love is so delicious, so delicate and refined.
I know that look. Now that their scent of blood is in the air, you want to taste as well, don't you?
Oh, I couldn't possibly. You didn't take much, but 2 feedings back to back. Oh, my love, it's very generous of you, but are you sure you're not pushing yourself too far?
You're such a softie, Addie. If they're offering, just take it. In fact, you should take their blood any time you feel the urge, whether they're offering or not. You do own them, after all.
That's not... Well, if you're certain, my love. Mm. Ah, so refreshing. But that's all I'm taking. I can't get you getting too lightheaded.
My goodness. I'll never understand how a vampire can be so nervous about drinking blood. You're not going to kill them or anything.
Your relationship with mortals is much different from mine. It's hardly comparable.
True. Say, has Addie told you about some of the other ways vampires get their mortals? Oh, she's so tight-lipped, isn't she? Well, let me tell you how I do things. Addie is focused on rescuing innocent mortals from slavery. I suppose it's noble in a way, but it's expensive. The way I do things isn't just cheap. I actually earn money to get mortals. Basically, I have a standing deal with multiple nations. Every so often, they find themselves with problematic prisoners. Mostly the leaders of radical political, spiritual movements. As long as they're imprisoned, people still riot for their release. If they're executed, they may become a martyr. But as it turns out, nothing takes the wind out of people's sails like hearing their fearless leader is being given to a vampire. The uncertainty, the fear, the humiliation. It makes those followers much easier to deal with. I charge for everyone I take, of course. It comes with a certain risk of some particularly zealous devotees trying to come and break them out. They would never succeed, of course, but it would be annoying. Plus, the prisoners are usually belligerent.
Which is why I prefer my methods. It's wonderful to take a frightened, defenseless mortal and build up a relationship with them to see them blossom into a happy, fulfilled person they thought they'd never be.
Ugh, you make it sound so idyllic. But in the end, it's all morally grey. Besides, it's way simpler to keep them locked up. Mind you, mortal, no vampire in Eventide does any harm to their mortals aside from feeding. It's one of the laws this city is founded on. They're all well fed and get opportunities for exercise and whatnot. But in the end, my relationship with them is one of a warden and prisoner. The world is better for them not being out and about too.
I do respect that, Bella, but you might find it nice to have at least one mortal you could be close to.
Well, perhaps one day. Say, how much would you take for this one right here?
That they're not for sale. We are in love, you know.
Oh, right, that. Do you really think it will work out this time?
I do.
Well, if you say so, who am I to judge? Anyway, I have some more people to mingle with. Always great to see you, Addie. And you, take care as well, little mortal.
Well, I'm sure you're surprised to know that she and I are actually quite close. We're very different from each other, but in some ways, That's why our friendship works. She can be a bit of a tease, but I think you'll come to enjoy her company when she comes to visit. Now, let's get some food in you. I'm still worried about you fainting after all. I have some lovely people to introduce you to. My love, thank you for coming to the party with me tonight. It means so much to me that I can finally show you off. I want everyone to know how fortunate I am to have you, love.